Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. Today folks, we are going to make a delicious fall off the bone back ribs. Pork back ribs folks. I've got one beautiful rack here and we're going to make, these are back ribs. I prefer the back over the side ribs. However, this recipe, back ribs, side ribs, doesn't matter. They will come out absolutely tender, fall off the bone, delicious, and the best part, folks, this is the best part. It is so easy to do, you're not going to believe it. Let's get started right now. Okay, there is my beautiful back ribs. Like I say, I prefer back ribs because they're a bit more tender. They're just as meaty, and like I say, they're full of flavor. So when you flip them over, sometimes when you get these from the butcher, they would remove, there's a membrane on the back, a thin membrane, which is also known as silver skin. You see there? So what you're going to want to do is just remove that membrane off the back of the ribs and then discard that. The reason for that is, folks, when we spice this up, we want the spices to go through, and plus that silver skin is somewhat tough and chewy. So we really don't want that. So let me remove that, and then we're going to get this spiced up. So to season our rack of ribs, 3 ingredients, folks, that's all I use. Basically, I use salt, pepper, and paprika. However, I've been staying away from black pepper lately, so instead of black pepper, I'm going to use this roasted garlic and pepper spice. But really, for you, if you're okay with black pepper, salt to taste, black pepper to taste, and then paprika to taste. It's a nice combination of flavors, or use your favorite rub. Use your favorite rib rub. Try to say that fast 3 times. Yeah, you could use any rib rub that you like. In fact, you can use any spices that you like, whatever you prefer. That's the simplicity of this particular recipe. So, we're going to salt the back. Same thing, spices in the back. Okay. A little bit of this roasted garlic and pepper spice. And now for the paprika. Spanish paprika, Hungarian paprika, whatever you prefer. Okay, just give a nice sprinkle, again, to taste. This adds, paprika, folks, adds a really beautiful flavor to the ribs. Alrighty, so now I have one rack, I have one Dutch oven there. I'm just going to cut this right in half. Let's cut it right there. There we go. And we're basically, very simply, going to place it, yes, in a dry Dutch oven. Okay, that's it. That's it. Hard part's done, if you can believe that. Lid goes on, and we're going to put this in the oven right now at 275. My oven's been preheating, and we're going to bake this with the lid on at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 hours. My oven has been patiently waiting and preheating, so we're going to put that right in there right now, and I'm going to set my timer for 3 hours. I'm using my small oven today, but any oven will do, of course. So our 3 hours are almost up, so that means we want to get our sauce ready, our barbecue sauce. Now you could use any barbecue sauce that you like. Whatever is your favorite, by all means use it. I like to make my own, and I'll show you how I make mine. I have some hoisin sauce, so I take 1 part hoisin sauce. Let's get that in there. Okay, 1 part hoisin. That goes in our bowl. And then I like to take 1 part ketchup. Okay, that's in. 1 part ketchup. That didn't sound too good. Okay, let's get a little more in there. Okay, there we go. 1 part ketchup. Now, if you need, I'm using a quarter cup, I'm going to say a generous quarter cup. You could use, if you have more, I only have 1 rack of ribs, so I don't need that much sauce. But if you had 2 racks of ribs, you just double up. Instead of using a quarter and a quarter, just use a half and a half. It's always a 1-to-1 ratio, hoisin sauce and ketchup. And the only thing we cut that with is soy sauce. So I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. That's going to give us, help make our sauce a little thinner, and it's going to give us a little more saltiness. As far as flavor goes, and then quite simply, just mix those ingredients all together. Incorporate that soy sauce little by little. Mix the ketchup in little by little. Oh, we got a nice looking sauce right here, folks. This would be good enough to sell. This barbecue sauce right there. Beautiful. It's got a nice color to it. A very nice color to it right there. It's got a nice consistency. Isn't that nice? Beautiful. That's going to be our barbecue sauce. Okay. What do we got? 5 more minutes and we'll add our barbecue sauce. So let's see how our ribs are doing. Oh, there we go. And the reason you want the lid on, folks, is we want to retain that moisture. We don't want to lose any of that moisture from these ribs. Ooh, looky there, folks. We're looking good already. And you can see there's quite a bit of juice there. You see that? The juice is there, pooling up in the bottom. So what we can do, we have an option. We could take those beautiful juices and just put them, put them over top of our ribs. Right? Another idea, you could take some of these juices and add it right into your barbecue sauce. But I like just using any juices and putting them on top. Okay, oh, these are looking really good, folks. Really good. So here is our beautiful sauce. And we're just going to take that and just brush it on top. And the oven, folks, I just put the oven on broil, because what we're going to do is we're going to put this right back in the oven, but on broil. So we're going to get the heat coming from the top. We're going to get the heat coming from the top. And it's going to color up these ribs ever so nicely. Okay. And we have lots of sauce here. Could also do the backside as well. I could flip them over and do the backside also, but it's not going to get charred up. So I'm going to just leave the bottoms the way they are, and plus this is so tender, it might start falling apart on me. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look at that. There we have it. How's that looking, folks? I think it's looking mighty fine. Okay, we're going to get this in the oven and we're going to broil that. Now, I'm sure you've probably obviously guessed it already. We're not putting the lid on this time. At this point, the lid comes off, right? Because now we want to brown up that barbecue sauce. So we're going to put it in, we're going to put it in under broil, and we're going to let it broil. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but typically it takes about 10 minutes. Once I start to see that nice color, that barbecue sauce cooked up nicely, that's when we're going to stop the cooking time. So it might vary with your oven. Just keep an eye on it. Might be 5, might be 10, might be 15 minutes, but typically it's around 10 minutes. Okay, can't wait to show you the final ribs. 10 minutes, folks, and yes, I took a peek and they're looking amazing. Okay, let's take them out. Oh, they're sizzling, and sizzling, but that's the color I'm talking about right there. Take a look at that. Perfect color. Not too dark, not too light, just perfect. Okay, now see if I can get these out without breaking them. Oh boy, this smells delicious. Okay, there's the one rib. For a dinner for two, folks, this is plenty, 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 plenty. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's take a closer look now that I've got them. Now that I've got it plated. Take a look at that. Isn't that nice? Absolutely beautiful. And piping hot. So I just want to show you, if I can, here, I'll bring the camera over and we'll take a quick peek. I'll show you what I mean. You can see the amount of juices still in our pan here. See that? And that's because, folks, we had the lid on, so all the juices stayed in very nicely, and we have got, look at those ribs. We have got some beautiful ribs, folks, right there. I'm going to let them cool just a bit, but just can't wait to get in and do that taste test, folks. I'll tell you what, those look amazing. I know they're still steaming hot, but let's cut a rib off right here. Oh, look at this. Can you look at this, folks? When I say fall off the bone, look at. No knife really required. Okay, there's our bone there. Unbelievable. Look at that. This, folks, is going to be super, super tender. Look at these ribs. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got to dig in. Oh my goodness, folks. Fall off the bone ribs right here. Oh, there's a nice piece right there. Let's take a taste test of this. And look at how tender it is. It won't even hold up on its own weight. Ooh, hot. Oh my. Tender, not dry, juicy, and flavorful. We had just the right amount of spices, just the right amount of barbecue sauce, and we end up with a phenomenal, phenomenal rib. Amazing. No knife required, folks. I don't think that bone can come any cleaner than that. But I tell you what, you saw how easy that was to make. It's almost embarrassing how easy that was to make. You could do this absolutely without a problem. Your guests would absolutely love it. You got a 5 o'clock dinner, no problem. Put the ribs in at 2. By 5, brush your sauce on, 10 minutes under broil. You've got yourself a fantastic meal. Definitely restaurant quality right here. Fall off the bone ribs. I absolutely love it. And I hope you'll give it a try and that you love it too. Thanks for tuning in, folks, to today's episode of Cooking with the Koyas. It's always a pleasure. And until next time, bon appetito. Super, super tender and flavorful. And juicy.